What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today's topic of discussion is the future of web development. We'll be talking about the hottest trends that you can follow in web development in 2023. And by end of this video, I'll also give you my take on whether AI will replace web developers or not. As you can already see, we have a lot to talk about. So let's get started. Number one trend on my list is progressive web apps. Progressive web apps are web applications that give users the same experience as native applications. Progressive web apps can be built using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and they also use web capabilities such as service workers and web app manifest that allow them to enable features like push notifications and offline access and much more. One of the best selling points of progressive web apps is progressive web apps can be installed on your phone similar to native apps, which allows users to not having to go to the browser to access your app. They can simply click on the app icon and open your app. Overall, progressive web app seems to be the way most of the applications will be built moving forward because more and more businesses are adopting it. Just a quick disclaimer before you start building progressive web apps. Most of the features that you will be needing to build progressive web apps are supported on most of the mobile browsers, but you might want to check for the desktop. Number two on the list is serverless functions. Serverless functions allows developers to run and scale their web applications without having to worry or manage servers. In serverless architecture, the cloud provider takes care of the infrastructure and automatically scales the app up or down based on the app's usage. This allows developers to focus on the application's logic and writing code and not having to worry about the servers. The term serverless is a bit misleading. I've seen people thinking there are no servers involved, but that's not the case. Server will always be there. If you have a web application that you want to put it on the internet, there will most likely be servers involved all the time. The only difference is whenever you hear a term serverless, that means the responsibility of managing and scaling servers is now moved from the developer to the cloud provider. That's all that means. And there are a bunch of cloud providers that allow you to host serverless functions. Some of the top names include AWS Lambda, Google Cloud Functions, Azure Functions, and one of my top favorites is Netlify. I use Netlify all the time to run my serverless functions. If you want to learn more about serverless functions, I'll post links to some resources in the description below, so make sure to check that out. Number three on the list is API first approach. API first architecture is an approach in software development in which API is created before the UI is built. I have personally worked on many projects that use this approach, and I absolutely loved it because it allows the UI developers to use the same backend to build different UIs. For example, you can build the UI for web or native or desktop using the same backend APIs. To go a bit further in this, in API first approach, the API serves as the foundation of building the web application, and then the UI is built on top of that. Most of the modern apps where one backend is being used to serve multiple UI, API first approach is being used very actively. Number four on the list is Webassembly. Webassembly is a binary code for a virtual machine that runs in your browser. Now that might sound complicated, but let me put this in simple terms. So Webassembly is a binary code or machine code for a virtual machine that runs inside your browser. Now you might be wondering, what can that be used for? So Webassembly allows developers to write high performant web applications in languages other than JavaScript, and speed of those applications can be the same as that of native apps that run on your desktop or on your phone apps. And some of the projects that are built using Webassembly are Figma is one of the top ones. So Figma uses C++. They write their whole Figma editor in C++, convert that into WebAssembly, and then run that code on the browser's virtual machine. There are a bunch of other projects that are built using WebAssembly that are pretty awesome. There is a website called dustinbrett.com, and this guy has built a whole operating system inside the browser. It's pretty interesting what you can do with WebAssembly. I highly recommend to check the second project out, dustinbrett.com. I'll post links to all these projects in the description below. And if you want to see what more can be done with WebAssembly, there is a website called madewithwebassembly.com. I'll post a link to that as well in the description below. Make sure to check that out as well. Number 5 on the list, And I saved this one for the last because this one will have the biggest impact, not just on web development, but it will have huge impact on all industries. And that trend is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is already making huge leaps in programming by allowing developers to generate code using apps like GitHub's Copilot. But there are a lot more benefits to AI. AI can also help you build chatbots to better serve your customers if you are in e-commerce space. You can also build tools to serve content based on user preference. In case of Netflix recommendation system, how Netflix recommends movies or shows based on what you have seen previously. And my suggestion regarding AI is, it doesn't matter if you like AI or don't like AI, it will have a huge impact on web development. So it's better to be involved in some ways in AI rather than fall behind and then not being able to catch up. And here's my take on whether AI will replace web developers or not. I think building simple landing pages, email templates will for sure be replaced by either AI or low code, no code apps like Webflow, Wix, and etc. But building more complex applications where you have multiple servers, multiple databases, and all that is involved, a human web developer will be needed for sure. As far as jobs are concerned, I think if you are a web developer who is responsible for building like simple landing pages, email templates, you might want to upgrade your skills to either full stack or get involved in AI in some extent. And I think even the more complex applications will be built with some usage of AI. For example, you'll install GitHub's Copilot on your code editor and use that to generate code when you're writing the application code for those complex applications. That's my take on whether AI will replace web developers or not. I might be completely wrong, but this is what it looks so far, what I've seen out there. That's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll keep posting more such videos, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.